Okay, good evening, welcome. The Marion City Council meeting regular session for Thursday, April 22nd will now come to order. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Roll call, please.
Mr. Harper,
Here.
Miss Atkins,
Here.
Mr. Jensen,
Here.
Mayor Abu Asli,
Here.
Mr. Brandt, Miss Gedalia,
Here.
Mr. Sterned.
Here. Okay, thank you. This time we have a moment of silence. Thank you. Okay, first on the agenda, we have two proclamations. One is a monarch pledge, and the other is for Arbor Day. So I think Seth, are you going to accept these today? I'll come down front and we'll present them. Okay, we'll start with the Monarch Pledge Day. Whereas the monarch butterfly is beloved by people of all ages, monarch's amazing multi-generation migration across Canada, the United States, and Mexico, and its metamorphosis from caterpillar to butterfly connects people to the natural world. And whereas the monarch pollinates flowers and crops and serves as an indicator species for the ecological health of large geographic areas. And whereas the monarch butterfly's population has declined more than 90% since the 1990s, and scientists attribute the decline in part to loss of summer habitat in the United States. And whereas Marion is situated in one of the majority migratory paths for the monarch butterfly and is a vital breeding ground for the species. And whereas local governments can play a critical role by planting native pollinator habitat in public parks, golf courses, community gardens, recreation centers, and rights of way. And whereas every citizen of Marion can make a difference for the monarch by planting native milkweed and nectar producing plants, adding beauty to the landscape and supporting other insects and birds as well. And whereas the city of Marion has taken the National Wildlife Federation's Mayor's Monarch Pledge to demonstrate the city's commitment to creating a habitat and educating citizens about how they can make a difference at home. Now, therefore, I, Nicholas Abu Asli, Mayor of the City of Marion, do hereby proclaim April 22nd, 2021 as Mayor's Monarch Pledge Day in the City of Marion, and encourage all citizens to plant and protect native nectar-producing plants and milkweed so the monarch butterflies have the resources necessary to reverse their decline. So, that. Would you like to say anything about our
Yeah, absolutely.
planning program? Yeah.
Yeah, so, the city of Marion always has taken great pride in planning and improving the natural habitat for pollinators, and especially for monarch butterflies. Part of the 1,000-acre pollinator initiative or native prairie initiative, we've helped with the Lynn County and Cedar Rapids in Marion in partnership and planning over 1,000 acres of native habitat for pollinators and monarchs alike throughout our parks and public spaces. We take great pride in a lot of the best practices to help promote and improve the habitat through herbicides and plantings and our tree plantings and things of that nature. So this is especially special for the city of Marion. Thank you.
Thank you. The next proclamation is for Arbor Day. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for planting of trees. And whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can reduce the erosion of topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas Marion is well known for its tree-lined streets and parks and has been recognized as a Tree City USA community. And whereas Arbor Day activities have been carried out all over the United States since 1872 for promoting efforts to plant and maintain trees for their many benefits. Now, therefore, I, Nicholas Aboasili, Mayor of the City of Marion, Iowa, do hereby proclaim Friday, April 30th, 2021 as Arbor Day in the City of Marion and urge all citizens to support efforts to care for our trees and woodlands and support tree planting efforts and encourage citizens to plant trees for present and future generations. Want to say anything about our planning today or our recovery from the derecho or?
Yes, absolutely. So the Arbor Day this year feels a lot different than it has in the past. And a big part of that is from the derecho storm. Now we really can see the value lost from the trees from that storm and as we start to bloom. But there's a lot of promise on the horizon. And even within this past week, from the tree giveaway sale through Monarch Research and the tree sale from Trees Forever on Sunday through the citizens be able to plant trees in their own yards and also on public right of way. And then also the tree planting that took place today on 8th Avenue. There's a lot more promise and progress with current partners and new partners to be able to plant more trees this spring and more opportunities for citizens to be able to get more discounted trees in the fall time. So there's a lot of great promise to be able to help grow our canopy again. So this Arbor Day is definitely something to remember as day one of reforesting our urban canopy.
Thank you, Seth. And Mike Simprich, the Marion arborist, wasn't able to be here for this meeting, but want to recognize him for all of his hard work and everything that he does to take care of our trees and our tree program. So thanks to your entire department for all your great work. Okay. Moving on with the next item on the agenda is the public forum, which is a time set aside at the beginning of the meeting for comments from the public on any topic which is listed on the agenda but not associated with the public hearing. Have we received any requests to address the council?
I have not received any comments.
Okay. Thank you. We'll move on with the consent agenda. Mr. Harper.
Your Honor, I move to approve the consent agenda as follows. Items A1 through F4 encompassing resolutions number 29437 through 29448.
Second.
It has been moved by Councilmember Harper, seconded by Councilmember Atkins to approve the consent agenda as presented, including items A1 through F4, resolutions 29437 through 29448. Discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. For the next part of the agenda, I will turn the meeting over to the Mayor Pro Tem.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve the consent agenda with Mayor Abu-Asali's abstention. This will include items B1 through E1 and resolution numbers 29449 through 29453.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda with Mayor Abbasli's abstention. Items B1 through E1, resolutions 29449 through 29453. Questions, discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Pass it back to the mayor.
Thank you.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 29454, approving employment agreement with Seth Stalshelm as Parks Director.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29454, approving the employment agreement with Seth Stashelm as Parks Director. Discussion. All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. Congratulations, Seth.
Your Honor, I move to approve resolution number 29455, approving contract with Marion Chamber of Commerce, Uptown Marion, a Main Street, Iowa district regarding business liaison services during 7th Avenue Streetscape Improvement Project.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29455, approving the contract with Marion Chamber of Commerce, Uptown Marion, regarding business liaison services during the 7th Avenue Streetscape Project. Discussion? All those in favor of resolution 29455, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 29456, amending Title Basin Government Consultants Task Order number 1 to extend order timeline to December 31st, 2021.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29456, amending Tidal Basin Government Consultants Task Order number 1 to extend order timeline to December 31st, 2021. Discussion. Okay, all those in favor of resolution 29456, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Your Honor, I move to approve resolution number 29457, approving memorandum of understanding with Community Housing Initiatives Incorporated regarding tax increment financing incentive for the development of senior housing apartments.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29457, approving a memorandum of understanding with Community Housing Initiatives regarding tax increment financing incentive for the development of senior housing apartments. Discussion? All those in favor of approving resolution number 29457, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion is approved.
Your Honor, I move to approve resolution number 29458, approving 36-month agreement with Marco Technologies LLC in the amount of $429,469.76.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29458, approving a 36-month agreement with Marco Technologies LLC in the amount of $429,469.76. Discussion? All those in favor of approving resolution number 29458, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 29459, amending the non-bargaining pay schedule to adjust the salary range for the assistant to the city manager and to include the addition of city attorney.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29459, amending non-bargaining pay schedule to adjust the salary range for assistant to the city manager and to include the addition of city attorney. Discussion? All those in favor of resolution number 29459, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 29460, approving fiscal year 2020 to 2021 capital budget transfers totaling $277,985.33.
Second.
It has been moved by Councilmember Jensen, seconded by Councilmember Harper to approve resolution number 29460, approving the fiscal year 2020-2021 capital budget transfers totaling $277,985.33. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving resolution number 29460, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Your Honor, I move to approve resolution number 29461, approving revised investment policy.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29461, approving the revised investment policy. Discussion? All those in favor of resolution number 29461, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to direct staff to solicit proposals for assistance in the development of a request for proposal on RFP for banking and investment services.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to direct staff to solicit proposals for assistance in the development of a request for proposal for banking and investment services. Discussion. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Your Honor, I move to approve ordinance number 21-05, amending chapter 77 of the Code of Ordinances relating to bicycle licensing. This is the second consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the second consideration of ordinance number 21-05, amending chapter 77 of the Code of Ordinances relating to bicycle licensing. Discussion. All those in favor of ordinance number 21-05, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Your Honor, I move to approve resolution number 29462, approving purchase of a Revolve air fill station and air compressor from Municipal Emergency Services in the amount of $48,633.15.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29462, approving the purchase of a Revolve air fill station and air compressor for Municipal Emergency Services in the amount of $48,633.15. Discussion. All those in favor of resolution number 29462, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 21-08, amending chapter 50.02, subchapter 15, and chapter 141.03 relating to removal of snow, ice, and accumulations.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 21-08, amending chapter 50.0215 and chapter 141.03 of the Code of Ordinances relating to removal of snow, ice, and accumulations. This is the initial consideration. Discussion. All those in favor of approving ordinance number 21-08, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion directing staff to solicit requests for proposals regarding the city right-of-way, tree stump removal and restoration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to direct staff to solicit a request for proposals regarding city right-of-way tree stump removal and restoration. Discussion? All those in favor of this motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. Next on the agenda is a public hearing regarding the 2021 Central Corridor 7th Avenue reconstruction and streetscaping project from 8th Street to 12th Street. Public hearing is open. We'll have a presentation from the city engineer.
Yes, Your Honor. So we did receive 4 bids for this project. The low bid came in from Rachi Construction at $6,898,626.31. It was 108.2% of the engineer's estimate. This has a start date of once we give them the notice to proceed. So at the next council meeting, assuming this is passed, we will have contract bonds and insurance to approve. Then they will start ordering materials and we'll give them the notice to proceed. This is a milestone contract that has $2,000 per day in incentive and disincentive for the 2 construction seasons that this will encompass. And we are recommending approving the contract with Rachi.
Okay. Do we have anyone who has asked to address the council regarding this measure, either in favor or in opposition?
I have not received any comments.
And I have not either, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll note for the public record that no comments have been received either during the meeting or outside the meeting regarding this measure. We'll go ahead and close the public hearing and move on to the resolution.
Your Honor, I move to approve resolution number 29463, accepting bids and awarding contract to Rachi Construction Company regarding the 2021 Central Corridor 7th Avenue from 8th Street to 12th Street pavement reconstruction and streetscaping project in the amount of $6,898,626.31.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Gadela, seconded by Councilmember Jensen to approve resolution number 29463, accepting the bids and awarding contract to Rachi Construction Company for the 2021 Central Corridor 7th Avenue from 8th Street to 12th Street pavement reconstruction and streetscaping project in the amount of $6,898,626.31. Discussion? Yes, Steve.
Yeah, Mike, do we have kind of an estimate of a timeline and when we might have estimated milestones that are going to be part of this contract? So is it I know after we have to award the contract first, but how soon after that will we have the definition of what the milestones are, some of the key ones that we can all kind of look for and anticipate?
Yeah, so once we actually have the pre-construction meeting and with Brooke being much more involved with this project and landing page that we have, we're going to try and make as much of that public as we can.
Okay.
We'll have meetings, not only the pre-construction meeting that we had that we get the initial schedule, but as things change, as they always do during construction, and updating that as we go. So it'll be continually updated and out there, similar to if you were familiar when we did 6th Avenue, we had our own landing page just for that.
Okay.
And did interviews and stuff as we went. So we're already working together to get that information out as much as we can.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay, other discussion or questions? Okay, all those in favor of approving resolution number 29463, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those in favor, all of those opposed, please say no. Okay. The resolution is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 29464, setting a public hearing for May 6, 2021, regarding an amendment to chapter 176 of the Code of Ordinances regarding flood hazard area regulations and adoption of the 2021 FEMA flood insurance study and the 2021 FEMA flood insurance rate map.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29464, setting a public hearing for May 6, 2021 regarding amendment to chapter 176 of the Code of Ordinances regarding flood hazard area regulations and adoption of the 2021 FEMA flood insurance study and the 2021 FEMA flood insurance rate map. Discussion. Okay, all those in favor of resolution 29464, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mr. Mayor, I move to direct staff to include the cumulative substantial damage definition to ordinance 176 of the Code of Ordinances regarding flood hazard area regulations.
Second.
It has been moved by Councilmember Harper, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Atkins, to direct staff to include the cumulative substantial damage definition to ordinance 176 of the Code of Ordinances regarding flood hazard area regulations. Discussion. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't know how many council members saw, I sent you an email right before council. Just to kind of give you a brief update, we did try and get the list of properties. That would take 2 to 3 months. We need to make sure that we adopt the new map so that it doesn't fall out of the NFIP. So if you want to wait to have additional information, we did find that there's only 6 repetitive loss structures in the city and only 5 of them are currently located. 6 repetitive loss structures in Marion, 5 of which are currently located outside of the special flood hazard area. So we're not talking about that many properties, but if it's something that council would like more information to be able to notify those 6 people so that they can provide input, we can do that at a later date and amend the ordinance later, which would be my recommendation if you want to have them involved in it rather than delay adopting the maps, because we have to make sure that we adopt the new maps. If we don't and we fall out of the NFIP program, all those 90 some property owners would have to buy private flood insurance instead of through FEMA, and I would not recommend that.
So the prior resolution that we approved, is that adopting the maps?
That is setting the hearing.
Just
for
setting the
3
hearing,
readings.
okay.
Yep.
Sorry, yes. So we haven't adopted the maps, but that would come once we have the public hearing.
Yes. And so we would have the public
if-
hearing and the first reading at the next council meeting. So we should have plenty of time, assuming we don't delay it, to have all 3 readings. And there's a public comment period for that. And then what I would recommend is if we want to do further information on the cumulative substantial damage and you want to notify those people individually so that they know, because it takes 2 to 3 months to get that information if they do provide it from FEMA. I would recommend holding off on that until you have that information if you want them part of the process.
Sure. Okay. Is there any interest in, that would be tabling this motion?
It would be tabling it, or you could vote it down and we can bring it back at a later date. I can go ahead and request the information for those 6 properties and we can bring it up later, worry about adopting the ordinance as is.
Okay. Okay. So at this time, the floor is open for discussion. Yes, city attorney has a comment.
Your Honor, since this is just a motion as well, and it doesn't necessarily say when you would be including it, I think you could actually, even if you wanted to explore this in the future, you could essentially direct staff to include it without necessarily passing that at this time. Unless this, do you mean this to specifically be included for next, when you do the first
That's
reading?
how I wrote it, yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't necessarily
Okay.
say that.
Sorry, my English major hat says you didn't specify when.
Okay, so the floor is still open now for discussion on this motion to direct staff to include the cumulative substantial damage definition. Any discussion, any? Yes, sir.
So just to clarify, we could vote this particular motion down and then reintroduce it at a later date?
You can, but there are some limits on that. I would have to go back and look at what the exact limits are for motions.
If you're not ready to vote on it, you could move to table it. If everybody's ready to vote on it now, we can take a vote. Okay. I'm not hearing a motion to table, so we'll move on with the vote. Oh, yes, go ahead.
I'll make a motion to table this, Your Honor. So I move to table this motion directing staff to include the cumulative substantial damage definition to ordinance 176 of the Code of Ordinances regarding flood hazard area regulations.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to table the motion directing staff to include the cumulative substantial damage definition in ordinance 176 regarding flood hazard area regulations. Discussion on the motion to table. Yes, Steve.
So can we be clear on what the purpose of tabling this really is? So we got 5 or 6 individuals that have had multiple claims. And we're talking about if we table this, that gives them the opportunity to do what?
So what I could do is I can do the request to FEMA to ask for those 6 property owners so that I know who they are, so I can contact them.
Okay,
And then we can give them an individual notice that says we're going to modify it so that they could provide council with their public input.
and as we talked on Tuesday, this is an area that is being recommended by FEMA, but not required.
Correct.
Do you anticipate in the future that it will be required?
My glass ball isn't working right now.
Okay, so if we were to continue going down the path that we have talked about of getting more involved in that program, then does FEMA get more involved? If
Not
we were to start
necessarily, so
getting a
they're-
rating system?
Yeah, so they're 2 separate programs. I do believe in the master chart for the CRS program that you do get more points for having this in your ordinance. So it could be something that's revisited at a later date as well. Again, it doesn't affect the maps that we're adopting right now.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yes, Grant.
So just, there is some potential though. Will the adoption of the new maps when they are released have any impact on our consideration of this cumulative substantial definition adoption, or is that only for repetitive floodese?
It's only for repetitive, and the DNR did clarify that is from the point in which council would adopt the ordinance. So the past flooding events go out the window, and it's from that point forward.
Oh, that's right. That was another change you told us about.
Because that was a question on Tuesday that did get clarification.
Other questions or discussion? Do you have additional comments, Steve?
Well, my comment was if it's I think Randy brought up the question on Tuesday, is do you look backwards or do you just go forward? And to me, if it's only going forward, I'm fine with moving forward on it as long as people aren't hindered or harmed by looking backwards. And you're putting everybody on notice that going forward, if you have multiple claims over the next 10 years, then you're in a little different situation. But to me, that only seems reasonable. And I think it's inevitable before we're going to have to adopt it anyway. So.
Yeah, and with the notice that we sent out, we didn't tell them anything about the substantial damage. All that we did was say, here's the new flood maps if the new flood map touched your property.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Yes, Mr. Harper.
So it seems like there's no harm, no foul if we table, do a little more research, gain absolute confidence that it is look forward and not look backward in terms of the losses, and then have a plan to notify the residents and bring this up in say a month or whatever.
Yeah, we can do that however you want. I probably wouldn't want to introduce it in the middle of adopting the new ordinance just to add confusion. I'd want to get the new ordinance adopted, ratified with the new maps, and then visit it after that point.
Okay, any further discussion on the motion to table? This vote will be on whether or not this motion should be tabled. So all those in favor of tabling the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, please say no. Okay, I hear no no's, so the motion is tabled.
Your Honor, I make a motion directing staff to implement no parking regulations for all city streets to only one side where they currently allow on both sides.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to direct staff to implement no parking regulations for all city streets to only allow one side. To only allow parking on one side where currently allowed on both sides. Okay, discussion. All those in favor of approving this motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 29465, authorizing the submittal of an application for traffic safety improvement program funding for the intersection of Highway 100 and East Post Road to reconfigure the existing intersection with additional left and right turn lanes and to upgrade the existing signal for the new turn lanes, as well as a queue detection warning system for the westbound traffic at East Post Road.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29465, authorizing the submittal of an application for traffic safety improvement funding for the intersection of Highway 100 and East Post Road to reconfigure the intersection with additional left and right turn lanes and upgrade the existing signal for the new turn lanes, as well as a queue detection warning system for westbound traffic. Discussion on this motion. It's a long motion. Discussion? Okay, all those in favor of approving resolution number 29465, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 29466, approving change order number 1 with Pipe Pro regarding the Marion Library Building Project BP 22A plumbing and 23A HVAC regarding a change in sinks in an amount of $9,766.50.
Second.
It has been moved by Councilmember Jensen, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Atkins to approve resolution number 29466, approving change order 001 with Pipe Pro regarding Marion Library Building Project, plumbing and HVAC, and a change in sinks in an amount of $9,766.50. Discussion. All those in favor of resolution 29466, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. Motion is approved.
Your Honor, I move to approve resolution number 29467, approving change order number 9 with Christner Contracting, Inc. regarding the 2019 fire station project regarding north side dirt, delete gas lines, fire dampers, and generator fuel in the amount of $40,930.54.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29467, approving change order number 9 with Christner Contracting for the 2019 fire station project concerning north side dirt, deleted gas lines, fire dampers, and generator fuel in an amount of $40,930.54. Discussion. All those in favor of resolution 29467, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. Motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 29468, approving master short form agreement for professional services agreement with HDR.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29468, approving the master short form agreement for professional services agreement with HDR. Discussion. All those in favor of resolution 29468, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. For the next item, I will turn over the meeting to Mayor Pro Tem.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve resolution number 29469, authorizing the execution and submittal of a grant application to the IDOT regarding funding for the Marion Airport to bury the overhead power lines on the runway 17 approach and for the installation of a precision approach path indicator.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29469, authorizing the execution and submittal of a grant application to the IDOT regarding funding for the Marion Airport to bury the overhead power lines on the runway 17 approach and for the installation of precision approach path indicator. Questions or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Resolution is approved. I'll pass it back to the mayor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I move to approve ordinance number 21-06, amending to chapter 176 related to the operation and design requirements for mini warehouses within the BR Business Regional, M1 Light Manufacturing, and M2 General Manufacturing zoning districts. Second consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the second consideration of ordinance number 21-06, amending chapter 176 of the Code of Ordinances related to operation and design requirements for mini warehouses in the BR, M1, and M2 zoning districts. Discussion. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 21-07, amending chapter 176.50 Central Corridor zoning districts, and this is the second consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the second consideration of ordinance number 21-07, amending chapter 176.50 in the Central Corridor zoning districts. Discussion. All those in favor of ordinance 21-07, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion's approved.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 29470, approving Barnes First Edition Final Plat and Memorandum of Agreement for property located west of 35th Street and north of 5th Avenue, Marion, Iowa, and this is brought by Tom Barnes.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29470, approving Barnes First Edition Final Plat and Memorandum of Agreement for property located west of 35th Street and north of 5th Avenue. Discussion. Okay, all those in favor of approving resolution number 29470, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. Motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 29471, approving scope of work and contract for completion of the East Marion sub-area plan with RDG Planning and Design and an amount not to exceed $19,000.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29471, approving the scope of work and contract for completion of the East Marion Sub-Area Plan with RDG Planning and Design in an amount not to exceed $19,000. Discussion. Okay, all those in favor of resolution number 29471, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 29472, approving contract with Biblo Shelving for library furniture in the amount of $291,934.22.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29472, approving the contract with it's Biblo Shelving for library furniture in the amount of $291,934.22. Discussion? All those in favor of resolution number 29472, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion is approved.
Your Honor, I move to approve resolution number 29473, approving purchase of the mobile library for the Marion Public Library in the amount of $297,468 with the vendor Summit Body Works.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29473, approving the purchase of the mobile library for the Marion Public Library in the amount of $297,468 with the vendor Summit Body Works. Discussion. All those in favor of resolution number 29473, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion is approved.
Your Honor, I move to approve resolution number 29474, approving contract with Library Furniture International for library furniture in the amount of $437,213.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 29474, approving the contract with Library Furniture International for library furniture in the amount of $437,213. Discussion. Okay, all those in favor of approving resolution number 29474, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. Next on the agenda is a public forum, which is time set aside for comments from the public on any item, including items that were not on this agenda. Do we have anyone who's asked to address the council?
I have not received any comments.
Okay. And we will move on to council comments. We'll start with Councilmember Gadela. Do you have anything?
Nothing this evening. Thank you.
Thanks, Renee. Okay. Mayor Pro Tem,
Nothing for me either.
Randy?
Nothing, thank you.
Yeah, just to comment about what's going on with the vaccination rates, not only locally in the state of Iowa, but on a nationwide basis. That all of a sudden here towards the end of April, we're seeing the supply starting to exceed the demand. Personally, that gives me a lot of concern and worry that everybody's wanting to open things up to get things a little more back to normal. And if people are not getting vaccinated, it is not going to reach a level where everything is going to get back to the way that they want to do it. So we had one of our meetings this week, one of the doctors from Mercy Hospital indicated that when they open spots up, they used to be gone in 20 minutes. And now those are lasting for a number of hours. So again, so from a personal standpoint, I want to be able to do things. I want to be able to go to concerts. I want to be able to go outside and do things this summer like a lot of other people want to do. So I do encourage everybody to get vaccinated so that everybody can feel more comfortable reaching those levels and doing the types of things that we used to do back in 19. That's it.
Okay, Grant?
Well, I certainly agree with those comments and can't add anything else. Vaccination is good and it'll allow us to get us back to normal. The comment that I do want to make is some of us are old enough to have been participants in the original Earth Day in 1970. And I think that might be true for a couple of the individuals in our listening audience this evening. I just want to again commend the city in total for the recovery work that's been done relative to the derecho. Seth, your team, the forestry team, the work that they are currently doing and will continue is certainly a recognition of the significance of Earth Day. And I am really interested in finding ways, even on my at my personal home, to add additional pollinator flowers and the like, partly because I'm lazy and those don't require very much care. So I would recommend that to anybody. That's it, Your Merit. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Earlier today, we had a ceremonial tree planting with some of the city council members that were able to make it as the part of the tree planting that went on most of the afternoon along 8th Avenue, which was led by a partnership of our Parks City Forestry Department and Trees Forever and Alliant, and I don't know who all the other entities were that brought volunteers and contributed to it, but it was a good way to celebrate Earth Day and to highlight the importance of our trees and our tree canopy. I think in this past year, we all realized what we had been taking for granted after we saw the impact of the derecho on our tree canopy. And it's great that we are at a point where we can start to think about recovery, which is a long-term recovery of our tree canopy. And it's going to take dollars and planning and lots of great partnerships, which we're good at. We're very good at as a city. We're good at partnering with others in the community to make great things happen. And as I mentioned in this, in my comments at the tree planting, a lot of the great things that happen in any community, including Marion, are done by volunteers, and finding ways to engage volunteers to come out and to show care for their community and its future is a great way to get people committed to the betterment of the community. And it was great to see the volunteers out there today doing all that good work. I want to thank Mike Simprich and Seth and their team for always looking for ways to partner and to make things, make good things happen. You know, on the vaccines, we're trying to get back to the great events that people were used to, the community events that we have in this city, and those kind of define this community. And over the past few years, we've seen those types of programs just increase in popularity and attendance, and people really love those events. And so we my hope is that we can be back to doing those events as soon as possible, but we can't do that without us being in a place where everyone can be safe, can feel safe, and be able to participate, and we can safely put on those events. So we need the cooperation of the community and everyone for the safety and health and well-being of everyone, and just would hope that people will consider getting the vaccine. Finally, I want to congratulate Seth on the approval of the contract and his promotion to department head for the Parks Department. What I like most about Seth is that he always looks for a way to get things done, rather than say, no, we can't do it. When he first became the acting department head, we came to him with the idea of expanding our lights program. And his immediate response was, we'll find a way to get it done, you know, I mean, and money wasn't budgeted, so we raised money privately, and but he found a way to get it done, and we really, it was a very pleasing result for the community as a whole, and everyone enjoyed it. So I really appreciate his work so far, and congratulate him on his new position. Finally, I want to recognize Amber Bissinger also for her work with the State of the City presentation. I didn't do that at the last meeting, and Amber worked really hard on putting together the video presentations, as well as putting together that beautiful annual report that gets better and better every year, with, of course, with input from the entire team. But the polished image of the city really comes out in that type of a publication that goes to every home in the city, and that we give out the rest of the year to potential investors, people looking to move to Marion, people looking at doing projects in Marion. And it just makes a nice presentation of who we are as a city. So I just want to thank her for her hard work on that. With that, I appreciate everyone's time this evening. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Yes, Steve.
We have a closed session.
We do have a closed session. Thanks for the reminder. Okay.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the closed session regarding land acquisition as permitted under section 21.5 subparagraph 1J of the Code of Iowa.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn to closed session regarding land acquisition as permitted under section 21.51J of the Code of Iowa. We will ask for the legal counsel's statement.
Your Honor, I have reviewed the proposed subject matter for the closed session and find the same to be appropriate under Iowa Code Section 21.51J.
Okay. We'll ask for the roll call vote, please.
Mr. Harper,
Yes.
Ms. Atkins,
Yes.
Mr. Jensen,
Yes.
Mayor Abu Wassily,
Yes.
Ms. Gedalia,
Yes.
Mr. Sterned.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We are now adjourned to closed session. We'll return to open session upon completion. Is Renee joining us for the closed session?
She does have a link for the meeting, I believe.